Well, welcome to this episode of Life. Here it is, the first episode of the year. It's January. We've set our New Year's resolutions. We're having our goal setting. And like I said in the episode of business, we've set our vision boards. How do we break down those goals? And how do we make sure that we are giving ourselves what we need? And along the way, we're even giving ourselves the recognition. Well, as you know, my mission is to make sure that you are successful. But my passion is for you to show up and be the best self possible. So in this episode of Life, it's going to be all about relationships, building authentic relationships. Because I know that in 20 years of being this business, that it is about relationships that really make this business excel. So I couldn't be more pleased to bring to you a special guest speaker today. I met Brandi Barclay 2 years ago. Has it been 2 years, Brandi?
Yes.
We were just talking about that.
Feels like much longer.
I know. We said
we just
only
connect.
2 years?
I just connect to fireballs. Yeah.
And I was like, 2 years, that's it?
I know.
And Brandi, let me tell you how I met Brandi, because it is about the relationship, and that's why I want her here today. Mm-hmm. I had just moved back to Arizona a couple years ago, and ladies, I can speak to you, and gentlemen, if you're watching as well, I was getting some surgery done, right? It's all about self-care and a little bit of enhancement. Mm-hmm. And as I was looking for a plastic surgeon, you know, I really wanted to make sure that I lined up with somebody that lined up with my values as well. And I came across a surgeon's office here in Scottsdale, Arizona, Dr. Musharafa. And they had an amazing cause, right? Beauty for Good. Mm-hmm. And I know they have an amazing cause, and they really support 6 different nonprofits, yes, you know, which we can definitely get into. Mm-hmm. But in being part of that and working with amazing doctors, I had the opportunity to connect with Brandi. And so one of the things that really fascinated me with Brandi and why I connected her with her so well was that relationship part. And Brandi, I know, of course, you meet with so many people, but you took the time. I mean, I felt like I was talking to my girlfriend. You sat me down. I didn't feel rushed. You really listened to me, my concerns. And, you know, I was just amazed by that. And of course, she does amazing work as well. And it is so good at what she does. But, you know, now getting to be friends. So now not only is she an amazing esthetician, but we've got to be friends. Yes. And that's why I have her here today. I mean, Brandi shared with me, and I really want her to share her story with you, is she's been an esthetician for 18 years now. Mm-hmm. And it was really her passion of just wanting to be able to give back to others, right? Helping them feel good about themselves, be able to show up in the world and be authentic. And my gosh, I mean, not only is Brandi an amazing esthetician, she's going to school to be a nurse right now. She has 2 beautiful daughters. You have a husband. You're juggling a lot of different things. Yeah. So to keep your sanity is really huge as well. So
and that's why I watch your show.
Right? We got to keep our sanity. But what I really wanted Brandi to do is discuss, because I've seen her work with women and really bring out their confidence, and not only the outer beauty, but that inner beauty, and then really helping them go to that next level. And that's what this show's all about, is helping our audience go to the next level. And what you do so well is talk, you know, relationships. But Brandi, introduce yourself to everybody. And then I would love for you to expand upon, you know, how you've built this practice of 18 years. I mean, being one of the largest really in Arizona, I believe, but I'll have you expand on that. Mm-hmm. And then how you've really expanded that and brought the best out in people, because you do an amazing job at that.
Thank you, Tracey.
You're
Thank
welcome.
Thank you so much for that. Hi, guys. Well, I have been in aesthetics for a long time. I actually, when I graduated high school, wanted to be just an artist, and went to art school thinking, I don't want to go to real school. Can I just be an artist, right? And sculpting, painting, drawing, life drawing, and got married really young and got divorced really young, and I was a single mom. And so now it's like, okay, how do I make money and be an artist, right? That's kind of important. Got into a little bit of advertising, realized that the whole idea of being an artist was not sitting behind a computer for me. And so I went to esthetician school, and back then that was really a new thing. That wasn't really popular like it is now. But it seemed so super interesting to me, and I drug a few friends with me because I wasn't going to do it alone if it was boring. And they followed suit. It was awesome. When I graduated, I was actually already pregnant again. So I thought, really? I need to, what am I doing? Am I okay? So divorced, getting remarried, having my second daughter, and my first job, and I really felt led to be in this business. But my first job, I literally sat and with no one around. I had one client every few days. And I thought, did I make a huge mistake? What am I doing here? Honestly, it was like God had me all to himself. And I think that's exactly where I needed to be, to find my own identity in who I am and not in what I do or anything else. Does that make sense? And so during that inner growth, I had some time to refine who I was as a person and what I wanted to bring to the table, not just what I wanted to do as a job. And I ended up getting a great job. And from there, things started to go, we know in life things can be competitive and kind of, you can be in a great place and it works for you, and then all of a sudden it doesn't. Yeah. And when it didn't, I asked God to open some new doors, and within a matter of weeks, I had a new job at a doctor's office. And I never, ever, ever saw my silly little artsy self being in a doctor's office. I thought, this is going to be way too conformative for me. I ended up just loving it. And from there, Dr. Mosharafa's office, their esthetician, who 20 years ago I had met, she called me and said, we're opening another room. And it has been a perfect fit for me. They are a wonderful practice. And we all are like-minded in how we treat our patients and really caring about the individual. And so it's been wonderful. Yeah. It's been absolutely wonderful. Mm-hmm.
I think, Brandi said a few things, right? First of all, just like being in direct sales, you bring a few people with you, right? You're never afraid, right? Even when
I need friends, snacks and friends. I can do anything,
right? Mm-hmm. You offer people the opportunity, and you bring people along the ride with you. Mm-hmm. So I really want to make sure that you heard that. And then, just like when you started, and just like sometimes when you start your business, there you are with one client for days, right? But you didn't give up. Mm-hmm. And that's what I really want you to take it for this, is sometimes having that time to ourselves, refining ourselves, that time to be able to have personal development, creating who we are is super important. Mm-hmm. And Brandi's been a beacon of light to so many because her story's so raw and real and authentic. And I know many of you are relating to that. Now I want Brandi to talk about, because she has, right? So now she's in this amazing practice, but to be able to keep building that practice and keep building a business is about relationships.
Yeah, absolutely. I've definitely, when it comes to business, we always think of, I guess, sales, Yeah. I don't.
Ooh, the S word,
I
right?
don't.
Who wants to think of it like that?
I don't. It never, I would say never, but rarely do I think of it as a sales position. Yeah. I feel like if you really treat each person, you're caring for their needs. They come in, and my first question is always, what's bugging you the most? What is the one thing, if we could fix it right now, I can change for you? And that is my whole mission and my whole goal until we get that taken care of, because then there's a whole new trust and authenticity, and they believe in me. And with that belief, we work together as a team. And so now every time I open my door, after being with this practice for 6 years, I'm literally opening the door to my friends. I'm literally opening the door to my relationships, my people that we go deep. We talk deep. I know what's real, what their insecurities are. And so, and it's a great avenue to be able to connect with people. Yes. And to be able to lift them up. I walk up the stairs every morning, honestly, and I pray a prayer. I say, Father, I don't want to hurt anyone today. I want to help them. I want them to leave feeling better, and that this would added value to them. And so to me, that's the whole foundation for not ever being a salesperson and having that authenticity that you need.
Yeah, I love what Brandi said. It's about not leading with your product. And I remember that so well. Sitting there, it wasn't about her saying, oh, let me look at your skin. Okay, well, you need this, this, and this. It was never about that. And that's the same with you is, right, you're showing up. How can I help you today? What is that one need? How can I? People remember that you took the time to ask the question, what? Somebody actually asked the question. Mm-hmm. Two, they're not trying to sell me product. They sit and they listen to me, but now I'm offering a solution from an authentic standpoint. Mm-hmm. And you've done that so well, and I see it. I feel it in the office. I see it everywhere around you. I knew right away. But it's been amazing of what you've done. And I love, and I just want everybody, you know, watching to remember as well, is I love, I mean, you set the tone for the day. You know, how can I show up? You know, I always say the same thing. When I put my feet on the ground in the morning, I'm like, you know, Lord, use me whether I know it or not, right? A smile on your face, but, you know,
awesome.
a kind gesture. I may never even know it, to be honest with you, as I say. But I do believe that's what creates success in life. And I know that as those of you watching, that's what we want. Like you said, we don't want that S word, that salesy, you know, car salesman. We think of that like, who wants to be part of that? But people now, they probably come knock on a door saying, Brandi, can I work with you? Right?
Yeah, no, it's really,
Same with you.
it's quite amazing. It really is when your desire is to really help someone.
Yeah.
If that's your desire.
Yeah.
You know.
And Brandi, I don't know if you want to share any more a little bit about, you're so good with words, and giving an encouragement to others. And, you know, next month, we're going to have Brandi back on again, and I really want to go in a different direction than where we are today, and what we're here talking about. But just anything else that you feel laid on your heart that you want to share as far as relationships, building, not giving up, right? It took you a while. We said we're sitting here 18 years later, and that's what I want people to remember, is they always get to see the end product. But it was being patient, right?
Yeah,
One person, one client at a time.
Yeah, that's so good, Tracy, because that totally brings me to, I was talking to my husband last night, trying to kind of, you know, dial this all in. And there's so many ways to look from hindsight, you know, what was happening and what was laying out for me. But really, it was all about, in the moment, preparing for that next place and really trusting the master planner, you know, that I knew that I would end up where I need to be if you do your job well, and eventually that success comes. But there is a grind. And what I realize in this life is that you have to start to enjoy the grind. If you are dreading the grind, you're not going to have that you're not going to, first of all, no one's going to want to be around you. And no one's going to listen to you. And it's going to come off really rough and abrasive when you have to tell someone, you know, you need a little help. You know what I mean? Right? No one is like, oh, really? Thanks. Thanks, sunny sunshine. So, you know, it's like, I want to be able to, we love each other, so I can say, hey, this is what we're going to do. And so it's different. But I will say there's a grind attached to everything good. And if you can enjoy the grind and know that this is part of refining yourself, and refinement is not easy. Refinement hurts. Refinement, it's going through the fire to be that golden, okay, we're never done.
No.
But that's the excitement too, is you start to go, you know what? I can look at the past and see how my grind paid off. And so I am encouraged because I know that next grind is going to pay off too. So you just keep working it, and it works for you. You know, you don't give up.
I think we should start hashtagging enjoy the grind.
Enjoy the grind.
Enjoy the grind.
There's glory in the grind.
There is. Because the grind is not fun. It's the going through, right? Sometimes we get to the other side. It's like, whoo, you know, and we've never arrived. Now, I always say for a moment, I take a day or two, like, whoo, I arrived. But then I'm grinding again. Right? Again.
But without the sweat, there's no glory. It's like, if it was easy, and you know, those are the people I look up. And I look up to you. I look at these women or these people, and I think, what is it about them that attracts me that I look up to them? It's because right now maybe I'm looking at them on the mountain. Maybe they're the one holding the trophy or the check or whatever that looks like to you. But I know what they went through to get there. And to me, that's what I admire. And I don't idolize, I admire.
Yes,
you don't idolize, you always hold on to your own unique self. Don't idolize people, but admire them and know that they go home and do the grind. And that's what's admirable to me, is they do it when it doesn't feel good. And sometimes if I just want to do it feels good. Do you?
I know. Me too. Sometimes I want to say, can it just be easy?
Yeah.
Come on.
Can I sit around and eat snacks and like watch TV? I mean, can't this just come sit in my lap? So, you know, I always appreciate that in other people. Yeah. And it makes me want to be better. I know it's like, you're never done. I always want to be better.
Always. Well, I appreciate what you said. And I want all of you to remember just what Brandi said and what I admired so well. It was just, you know, we're not salesy and pushy. We take the time to listen to people. We ask questions, their needs, right? We're still in the moments that maybe we're not growing as fast enough, because I love enjoy the grind. I'm not kidding you. Hashtag enjoy the grind. I'm ready to start it. Like everything, 2018, hashtag enjoy the grind.
Yeah.
Because we know, right? We look at those like, oh, they must have had it easy. Oh, if I would have joined a company X amount of years ago, I could have been there too. Or no, they had the grind as well.
Lonely days.
Oh,
Tired. Things didn't work. Disappointments.
Cass.
You know, I mean, I've made all those mistakes on myself. People are like, do you do all these things yourself? I'm like, yeah. But I did all the wrong things too. I have vacation pictures where I didn't look like me. Like, I mean, my lips were too big, my eyebrows were too high. You know, so you learn as you go. You know,
Right. I love that.
You get good by messing up.
Yes, I love that. Right? It's not perfect.
No.
At all whatsoever. And it definitely, I do believe, I always said, it is through my mistakes I had the greatest gains.
Yeah. You don't forget them.
You don't. You don't. So I just ask that as you go through 2018, enjoy the grind, right?
There's glory in the grind, Tracey.
I love it.
Right?
Right? Glory in the
love
grind.
it.
I like that as well. Double G's, glory in the grind. Hey,
Yeah.
GG.
Love it.
But just remember that. And that's why I wanted to start off 2018 here in January. Bring somebody so raw, authentic, real, who loves to empower women. Like I said, not only the beauty on the outside, but the inside and the mind and the heart and spirit and soul. And that's what really you represent to me. So I appreciate you being here with everybody, just sharing a little piece of you with everyone. And I hope that you just got some inspiration out of that and just know, enjoy the grind. There's glory in the grind. This is your year. Thank you, Brandi.
Thanks, Tracey.
You're welcome.
I love you.
Thank you.
You're awesome.